Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are ranking Deathspell Omega's albums from my least favourite to my favourite. Deathspell Omega, one of my favourite black metal bands. A really kind of hard band to get into. It actually took me quite a while to enjoy this band because of the kind of dissonant, crazy sound that they have on the later releases. And when it clicks, it goddamn clicks. And Deathspell clicked to me, and that's why they made it into my top 10 black metal bands of all time. So if you want to see that video, it was done recently. Shill. But yeah, Deathspell, fantastic French black metal band. And the other project, Mikko's other project, Clandestine Blaze, is fucking fantastic as well. So go give that a listen as well. But today we're here to talk about Deathspell. So before I get into my list, pop yours down below. What's your favourite Deathspell albums? What's your least favourites? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let me know and let's get started. So coming in last is Infernal Battles. This is the debut by Deathspell. This one and then the next one I'm going to talk about both have a similar kind of classic black metal sound. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I fucking adore these two albums. I don't think Deathspell have any bad ones, but I do think they kind of progress the style and sound, and the later albums just feel more unique. Feel like that's the sound Deathspell have built up to. That's the sound I recognise them for. And I heard them first, of course. I've got some nostalgia goggles on. Going back and listening to Infernal Battles, and then the second one we'll talk about soon. They were amazing black metal albums, but they weren't pushing any boundaries. They weren't as interesting as what was to come. So this is just classic black metal. There's nothing fucking wrong with that. I love some classic black metal, and Infernal Battles delivers it perfectly. And the track Drink the Devil's Blood was even remastered and recorded on a later album, which I think makes it way fucking better. But yeah, this is a great starting point, a great kind of diving off point for people who like black metal and want to get into Deathspell. This is less dissonant, less crazy, less kind of in your face and walls of noise. So I reckon that this album would be a good place for newcomers, to be honest, because it's just a nice black metal sound. And that leads me to the second album, Inquisitors of Satan, which I think improves on the debut quite a bit. I do think this is a lot better. It kind of starts to be a bit more experimental, not quite as experimental as anything that we're going to talk about soon, but it's got little sprinkles in there. From Unknown Lands of Desolation, Decadence, and the title track, there's a lot of good, quite long songs on this one, 6 minutes long, 5 minute long. Again, it has that similar sound to the debut. If you love black metal, there's no reason you won't like these two albums. There's no fucking reason why you won't like these two albums. Because they're both stellar releases, but oh boy, it's gonna change soon. Oh fucking boy, this is when it gets hard. This is when it gets fucking hard. So next is The Furnaces of Peloponnesia, the latest album by Deathspell. And I know it's, near the kind of bottom of the list, kind of mid-tier, but it's a fucking phenomenal album. It's a great fucking listen. The Fires of Frustration is awesome with that kind of opening. It's like ding diddle 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 diddle. It's so just cool. It's jazzy. They have the incorporates kind of jazzy, dissonant kind of craziness to the black metal, which you come to expect from nowadays Deathspell, and they do it so well on this album. It's a lot doomier. I do feel like there's a lot more doomier passages on the Furnaces than there is on a lot of the others, although on the Sea album, there is as well, so fuck it. Great newer album by Deathspell. I think it was received quite well as well by the public. I've had longer time with the other albums, so that again, there's nothing inherently wrong with this one. It's just, the songs speak to me more on the other albums, and I think as a whole, a bit more cohesive, but this one is still a great kind of entry level to the band. I think people should jump into this one first. It's a great kind of, taster for the band. It's the latest one. I do think you should check out the latest one and the first one. The more classic black metal sound, and then the more jazzy, experimental, avant-garde kind of sound with the Furnaces. Check them both out, see what you like, and then just go from there to the fucking glorious parts, which we'll get to. But yeah, this album, so many good songs. Adama, 1523, yeah. Too many good ones on here. They all bleed into each other really nicely, so fuck it. It's awesome. Next up, maybe controversial. This is probably most people's favourite, and I love it. I mean, it's the top 3, it's number 3, but it is, I'm going to have to read it, Fas et maledicti in ignem aeternum. Sure. Their fucking album title is just really hard to pronounce, but this has like 6 songs, 46 minutes long. This one, mental. Very long songs. Very experimental. There's a lot of doomy parts on this one as well. So many strange time signatures, just changes. It kind of makes your brain melt when you're listening to it. You know, it's kind of a similar kind of band to like Ulcerate or like Gorguts' Obscura, that kind of just abrasive walls of noise, but this feels like the guy on the album cover feels like you're falling into the abyss, you're falling into darkness, and you're with him along the way. All these songs are fucking amazing. The Shrine of Mad Laughter, especially, like, how long is that song and how many cool passages are in that song? It's like a fucking 10-minute long song and it's just bleeding with atmosphere and just oppressiveness. I love that song. And it's not just that song, there's so many good ones on here. A Cure for the Lost, with that kind of slow, kind of tempo, starting it out. Yeah, this album is loved for a reason. I love it for a reason, but doesn't quite make the top 2. It is coming here as number 3. Number 2 is C Monumentum Requies Circumspice. Tell me down below how to actually pronounce these cunts, because I don't have a fucking clue. This album is fantastic. You know, it's a long one. It's about 1 hour and 20 minutes long. The artwork is amazing. I love the kind of world beneath the dead baby's kind of wings, like the dead angel's wings. Oh, I love it. I love the artwork on this one. I don't think it's quite as good as the artwork on the Fae or Faz, because that one is especially amazing. That's probably the best artwork. But this one's pretty close by, and the music held within, I do think it's a bit better. It's a bit more black metal-y. It still has that kind of jazzy atmosphere. There's shorter songs, there's more songs, it's a bit more punchy. You'd think I'd like the doomy one better, but slightly, it's very close. I've just heard this one way, way, way more, and I just get hooked into the melodies in this one more. It does feel like the proper transition, you know, from Inquisitors of Satan to this, and then this is kind of like the blowing off point where they just kind of went mental, and this is a stepping stone. This is the album that made it all. I'm tempted to put it higher, but we'll get to the number 1. Number one, sealed in stone, but this is so goddamn close. All the prayers and the solifieds, every part of this is like a moving picture. It is just a work of art. It's a work of art. I mean, that's a work of art, and so is the music held within. You know what you're getting with this one, but I do think it's a better transitional album, so yes, this album is my number 2. So my number 1, my favourite Deathspell album of all time, is Paracletus. I knew I was going to love this from the art. This kind of like, I thought it was like a Medusa head, like a dark Medusa head with flames in the background, but I don't even know what's going on with it, but I love it. And this is the most aggressive album. This is the most intense album. You think like the black metal ones would be the most intense? This one is fucking mental. And that's why I love it. I mean, just start listening to the Wings of Predation. It just instantly just fucking drum fills and just static noise and crazy guitar, and it's like rah, rah. And it's just like whoa, 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 whoa. Give me some time to realize what's going on. This is a band where you'll need multiple listens. This is an album where you'll need loads of listens. Jamie Horsley listened to this with me. I told him, I think like a year ago, I was like, Deathspell's amazing, you should listen to Paracletus. We listened to it together, and he instantly was like, I fucking hate this. It's too noisy. He'll probably like it now, so go listen to it now. But it is the most aggressive, the most evil sounding, and just the most chaotic album they've ever done. And one of my favourite songs is on this album. I don't know how to say it. Is it Abscission? Abscission. Sure. Yeah, that one is just the melody in it. The ding, 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 while the crazy drumming's going on. It's dark, it's ominous, it feels eerie, kind of feels like you're just walking into a abandoned cathedral at night, and someone's watching you, but you don't know who. That's the feeling I get with this song, and with this album. It is amazing, and it is my favourite Deathspell album of all time. So of course, there is a lot of EPs Deathspell's done, and they are fucking fantastic as well. Usually I don't talk about EPs, but Drought, holy shit, that's an amazing fucking EP. Kenos as well, and the Synarchy of Molten Bones. They have a lot of fantastic fucking EPs, so I recommend checking them out. But that is it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Again, let me know your favourite Deathspell albums down below. What's your least favourites? And we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.